Hey guys! So this week I've been playing Metal Gear Rising, which if you've never heard of, is a game where you're this awesome cyborg ninja cutting dudes up, and it's kind of in the same series as the other Metal Gear Solid games, but is this one any good? Is it too much of a departure? Is it, it's like, oh, where's Solid Snake? Well, here's my opinion.
Metal Gear Rising takes place 4 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 4. After helping Solid Snake defeat the AI system known as the Patriots, who've been controlling all of the soldiers through SOP, thus giving them unlimited battlefield control and perpetuating the state of war in what they called the war economy in order to control the events of human civilization throughout time, a system that had its roots in post-World War II Europe and America and was then fueled by the Cold War.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna even... It's a game where you're a robot ninja and you cut people to pieces and stuff. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Oh my god, that's such an easy explanation for these games. Oh, you don't know the weight that is off my shoulders. The Metal Gear games have a huge backstory, and if you give a crap, then you can go look into it. But you're a ninja, and you gotta go fight people. Raiden is working as a bodyguard for this high-level dignitary when, oh no, a bunch of ninjas attack. So it's time for him to bust out his sword and start slicing through these mothers. After seeing Raiden be such a badass in Metal Gear Solid 4, it's fun to be the guy who's actually controlling this super awesome cyborg ninja this time around. Unfortunately, Raiden's not badass enough because he gets his butt whooped by some other ninja and loses an eye and an arm, but they fix the arm but not the eye for some reason. So now he must take both revenge and vengeance against his enemies in Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I know it's a stupid name. Why? I don't understand. The gameplay is pretty standard hack and slash goodness. You enter a room or an open space that's walled off, and a bunch of Metal Gear Solid themed ninjas and robots come after you, and you have to dispatch them in gruesome and dismembering ways. Unlike a lot of these games in the series, Raiden only has 2 attacks, light and strong, and there are some combos that you can purchase throughout the game, but they're not all that complicated. But the game's not really about doing all these complicated combinations and left stick, right stick, back, up, down, all that stuff. The game's about looking like a badass and chopping dudes apart. And one of the ways it does this is through its awesome dismemberment, because throughout the game you'll get prompted and you can hold down a button and you slow down time, and then you can just slice an enemy into like bits, or slice a table into bits, or a watermelon, or whatever. I mean, the obvious question is, once I've cut a dude literally in half, why would I need to keep cutting him into smaller bits? And the answer is, reasons? If you're a big Metal Gear Solid fan like me, you're probably watching these videos and seeing Raiden doing all this slicing and dicing and probably thinking to yourself, hey, wasn't Metal Gear like a stealth action game? And continuing this tradition, Metal Gear Rising is kind of a stealth game. You can sneak behind enemies before you cut them to bits, and there are plenty of opportunities to sneak around a room and take out all the guards before anyone's even alerted to your presence. And it's not just people. You get to stealth kill giant robots, too. The stealth mechanics aren't that great in the game. It's mostly just like, hey, just wait around for a while, or just, jump in and cut everyone to pieces. But it's nice that they added it because it's another little piece that makes it feel like a Metal Gear game. Because it doesn't feel like it's like, oh, it's just generic action game where I'm playing somebody called Raiden who looks like a guy from Metal Gear. The game has the stealth, the game has the alert statuses, the game has you hiding in boxes, the game has you finding inappropriate pictures of Japanese models. And the game also has a message about nationalism and perpetual war and violence and, human condition and all that stuff that you expect in Metal Gear. It's got all these themed bosses that all have their own backstory that are kind of like supposed to tell part of the story and supposed to make you feel like not sure how you feel about them, and they have, giant cutscenes where they talk to you before you start fighting. And of course, once you've defeated the bad guys, the game tells you, you're a monster. What the hell is wrong with you? You just murdered someone and you liked it, you son of a bitch. It's alright. They have a number of enemies. I'd like to see more, more stuff, more weapons, and all that stuff that I enjoy from other games like Devil May Cry. And with a company like Platinum Games behind the helm, I thought that that's what I was going to get. The experience is really solid, and it felt like a Metal Gear game, but I was hoping for a little bit more, but we're probably going to get a sequel, so hopefully it'll all be there.
I was actually really impressed with Metal Gear Rising for a first game in the series. I mentioned they're going to do more of these, which would be great. Not overly complicated if you're, into brawlers, hack and slashes. It's 2 buttons. It's not overly long. It's about 5 hours to beat, but you play through it again. You do the virtual missions and all that stuff. It's a pretty decent game. I don't know, if I had to weigh it between this or Devil May Cry, I kind of feel like Devil May Cry offers a little bit more, but if you're a huge Metal Gear Solid fan and want to, continue the Metal Gear Solid story, I guess pick this up.